Say goodbye to boring captions. Hello to captions that are literally going to stop people in their tracks. You're not going to want to miss this. 85% of people watch videos on silent. Let that sink in. 85% of people watch videos, probably your videos as well, on silent if that works and so on. That's why it's really important that you add captions/subtitles to your videos. Catch up, I'm a full-time content creator, digital marketer, entrepreneur, and a bit of a fitness fanatic as well. And I help people level up and grow online to transform their influence into income. Just subscribe so you don't miss out. I'm going to give you 5 different examples going from the worst and the most basic to the most eye-popping. So you're not going to want to miss out on this. So let's go. Well, this is the most painful way to do captions, and I actually had to do this in 2018, but funny enough, I got followed by the famous ice cream brand Haley Top because of it. And it was all because I made this video about Haley Top with these type of captions. No one else was doing it at the time apart from James Smith PT. So I don't ever have to do this, but you never know, you might have to do it. But what you do is once you've played your video, try and listen to the exact words you're saying. Then you press text, and then you're going to try and basically spell them correctly, obviously, and put them in line with what you're saying. And then if you want to add a shadow, you can add a shadow, and you can add animations as well. Once you've done that, plonk it down where you want it. I've put it at the bottom, center. And then just after the word finishes, there's a split button. Press that and it will chop it in half and end it at the right time. And then just delete that section. Press text again. Add the new words in line with what you're saying. And just keep doing the same thing. Just wait until the words ended. Scroll past. Click split, delete. And that will be precise and exact when you are talking, you see. And just do one more. Okay, then I'm going to press play to have a look once I've put this bad boy at the bottom. Don't forget you can change the colors and things like that. You can always do that a bit later. Just try and get the text in line where you want to get. I'm going to split it again, delete that next section, as I said before. Then I'm going to add just say one more just for this example. And once I've done that, we're going to put it down the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is start again from the beginning. So as you can see, I've made a mistake, so I'm going to have to add that in manually. So this is a really painful way of doing captions. As you can see, I have to do everything manually. I have to put everything in line. It has to be sort of perfect and a bit fiddly, but this is how I used to have to do captions and everybody else. So if you want to stand out sometimes, you're going to have to do these sort of things. Now with these words, make sure you align them properly if your speech, okay? Otherwise it looks a bit silly. But also with these words, right, if you just double tap on the text, click on the text bit, you can change the color of them, of the words, all right? Now annoyingly, you can't do individual words unless it's just one word on the screen. It just does the whole lot, which I found out, which sucks, but at least you can change the colors of the word and just use this in an emergency maybe. Then again, not everybody might want automated captions. People might be lacking funds, so this will do the job for their content. So one option is you could use the website Subly, and they give you like 5 minutes per month for free. So if you think about it, if you make short form content, that's quite a lot of videos you could do with captions, and they do lots of other features as well. Just to note that this is not that great on a mobile phone. It's a lot better on a PC. So for that reason, I'm just going to do a very quick preview of what it looks like. All right, so basically you upload your file and it comes on the screen, and then you can edit it in different ways with logos, fonts, etc. You can edit the text, change the spelling mistakes, and this is good in an emergency, if you know what I mean, because it can also do the captions for the audio you're using. But I'm not going to do a very long tutorial on this. I'm just going to quickly show it because this is almost like an emergency way to do captions. As you can see, it doesn't look that great already, but on a PC it's a lot clearer and easier to do. And I'm just going to show you a couple of videos I made with captions, really basic captions. Basically, there's this sort of different styles, but this is a video I made about trolls, and this is the captions which came up from it, which was not bad. And this was another one I did when I did a workout and things like that. So really simple way to add captions, I think, in emergency. But, this is not what I personally think is the best one, but, it could still help you. Told you it's going to be a bit basic at the start, right? Now let's start to answer games a little more. This way you're going to go on the website Descript, and unfortunately this is just for computers and iMacs and PCs, but there's loads of features on it, including transcripts, podcasting, screen recording, and so on. There's also a free version. When you go on it, click on classic mode, and once it's loaded, it will ask you to drag and drop your video, or you can click on the top left and add it manually yourself, as I'll show you with this little hand arrow here. So once you've uploaded your video, it turns it into a transcript, which is amazing because you could turn an entire YouTube video into a PDF to use as a lead magnet or to create an ebook or something. But click on plus, then go to captions. So let's just do that for you right now. Then, as you can see, the text will appear, and it's just very plain Jane at the moment. You can choose how much of the video you want with subtitles by moving this cursor. So if I selected, say, the whole lot and dragged it all the way down, it would do the whole video. Whereas if I did it a lot shorter, then the subtitles would only come up on the bit which I've selected, like the timelines. So as you can see, that cut really short then. But if I just drag the whole lot again, so hold it down, so like almost like, when you're doing a copy and paste really, and then just let go at the bottom, it highlights it all. And then when I press play, the captions will go all the way through. With this text also, you can edit any spelling mistakes, the grammar and so on, and it will change it for you automatically. Just like with most apps or platforms, you can move the text around up and down the screen anywhere you want with the placement. And if you want your captions to look a bit more fancy and a bit more dynamic, then press on the T, and then on the right you have a active word color. Switch this on, and then you can just select different colors, and this is going to highlight the words individually, which I think is really cool and gets people actually engaged through the whole video. I find this is a really good way actually to keep your watch time a lot higher. Hold the very bottom just below the text, drag it down, and it will make it into 3 lines, a bit longer. You pull it back up, push up with the mouse, it makes it 1 line. So at the end of the day, I just think this is a really easy way just to add captions while keeping people engaged. Keep it simple, and all depends on your niche and your business. It might really work well. So we're starting to see some improvements now, but now it's time to get into the really good stuff and time to raise our games. Check this out. So this way you're going to download the Captions app, and you get a free 3-day trial before you have to pay for it. So it's worth doing it just to test it out, make a couple of videos. Import your video from your camera roll, okay? And then once you have uploaded, you're just going to get normal captions. Now, if you click on the bottom, there's a color section, all right? You can click on different colors, so the whole text will change in a certain color, all right? And if you click on style at the bottom, it's going to give you loads of different templates you can use, and it gives you a little preview if you sort of like put your cursor over it, okay? So it gives you like a little hint of what it's going to look like. So as you can see, I'm just scrolling through all the different ones. It's quite a lot, to be fair, so I'm quite impressed. But if you click on it, it will appear on the video. So this is quite basic, but it still looks pretty cool, and you can follow the words. Now if you go back onto it and then you click on edit, you can change the lines. Okay, so you can have 3 lines, 4 lines, you can have 1 word, you can time it differently, you can change the alignment of the text, and there's just loads of different options here, like different fonts as well. There's loads of different fonts. So a lot of cool features, I think, on this. And you can add shadows. But if you click on this button, which says backdrop enabled, as you can see from the preview, got like a little square, and I find this like really is good to keep people engaged with what you're saying. It's almost like addictive to watching. I've done this way many times before. It's a really good way of doing it, and you can move the text any way you want as well. Now, if you want our words to be highlighted in colors, then just click on color and then click on enabled for active word. And now the words are going to be highlighted in the color you have selected. And I know you have seen this effect many times before, and this is one of the reasons why you're watching. Now for extra spice, you could actually add the blue backdrop to it as well. So this is just an example of all the different themes you can have with the highlighted word. But if I click on that one, okay, the little preview there, now it's highlighted and a box, so that could be even more engaging. Now I know you're after those emojis, so what you do is you click on auto edit at the bottom, and there's a little tab just says auto emojis, and it's really that easy just to add the emojis, and you can change them as well, but it really is easy to make engaging captions with the app Captions. So even though you have to pay for it, it might save you a lot of time. Pretty cool, huh? Now we're going to use one of my favorite apps for editing and making captions and subtitles. It is Capcut, of course, and check out this in-depth tutorial. So this is a video I've already trimmed and edited, and I've put it into Capcut, alright? And I've just played it for a little bit to show you, and I'm going to go back to the beginning, which is what you should do before you do your captions, and then just press that button which says Auto Captions. And once you've pressed Auto Captions, there'll be a few different buttons like VoiceOver, which would have been if you're talking over like I am now, and then it will automatically do it once it has loaded up for you. Sometimes this takes a while depending on how long the video is, but normally it does it really quick. So now we have got these captions, and as you can see, they're really small, you can't really see them, and there's quite a lot of text, which can be off-putting for people when they're watching your video. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the text itself, give it a double tap, okay, then you click on the button which says Batch Edit. And with Batch Edit, you can press space, okay, and just make the sentences or lines shorter to whatever you desired. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do it like every 3 or 4 words, so it's a lot easier to read. It's up to you how long you want your sentences, but the simpler something is to read, the easier it is to understand. So now the text is all broken up and it's a lot easier to read. So if it's easier to read, it's easier to understand. What you need to know is if you press on the text, okay, there's a little button which says apply to auto captions. If we leave this on, the text, no matter where you move it, you can move it at the top, you can move it at the bottom, whatever line you do, paragraph, yeah, it's going to put it in that position, the auto captions, which is kind of like what you don't want to do if you want your text to be dynamic and visually, stimulating. So what you're going to have to do then is you're going to have to tick that button off, switch this off, apply to auto captions, and now what's going to happen is you can move the different sections of the captions in different areas of the screen, and they'll pop up at different areas once you've pressed play, which can make some really cool effects. Now when I press play, as it scrolls, it's in different parts of the screen, as you can see, even on the side. So another example, what we can do now, we've got a long block of text, a long line, we're going to chop it in half so it's like a nice block. Let's just get the spelling a bit better. And what you're going to do on this now is you can make it a bit bigger by just pushing your fingers out. And I'm just going to select a line of words here, okay, highlight them. And then you're going to click on style, and then you can click on like a different color, and now it's going to separate it with a different color. And I like to put like a shadow on it, okay, just to make it pop a bit. So now the captions look a bit more better because there's got color in them. So that's how you see these creators do this, you see. Now I'm going to add, like a couple of emojis as well. So your videos are stuck around 200, 300 views. So that was just an example. Now I'm just going to break this up a bit and separate it. So there's a new line, put a question mark after it. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to highlight it, this time at the top, press style and change the color. And once again, I'm going to add a shadow to it. And, I'm going to add some more random emojis. It normally helps if you add emojis which is related to what you're saying there for more impact. And now I'm just going to make this a bit bigger as well. So your videos are stuck around 200, 300 views, right? So now I know you're wondering how do I make the font look a lot cooler? And this is what I'm going to show you. So what you're going to do is you need to download a font file from a website. And here it is, and there's loads of different fonts. I'm just going to type in here Uni Sans, all right? Which is the main one most creators use, but there's loads of different versions. So have a browse through and find the one which you like. Then all you can do is press the download button, okay, and save it to your phone. This should save into your files. Okay? So I've resetted the text, all right, but what you're going to do is you're going to click on the text, like double tap, all right, and then press style. Once you press style, you're going to press font, and then you'll see a button which says add font. And what you're going to do is you're going to upload this file you've just downloaded onto Capcut, and it will save it in a different font section. So now you can use that font. There are so many different fonts on Capcut. So just click on style and just browse through all the different types, and this depends on your niche, your theme, what you're talking about, the way you're feeling at the time, your message on the video. So feel free to experiment. And, even at the top, if you go all the way to the far right, okay, we have animations, but we also have text bubbles. So you can have different text bubbles. There's YouTube bubbles, so many different type of bubbles, and you can have labels, and you can put these anywhere, throughout your video with your captions. To make your captions have more impact and look more dynamic, you can add animations and sound effects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on animation and then just browse through the one which I think will look cool. I'm just going to pick any random one for this example, all right?
So your videos are stuck around 200.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make this text come in a bit later by just getting the text box and just going right. I'm now going to add a sound effects to go on this moment where the text comes up. So I think I'm going to use this one, swish. So just plonk it on the same section.
So your videos are stuck around 200, 300 views.
As you can see, that looks and sounds a lot better. To make your text more animated in single lines is you're going to get the text and you're just going to press copy and then you cut to separate it. Press copy again and the words should double up. Now make sure you double tap on this new section and paste the words you just copied from the previous instruction. You've got to also make sure you line up the new text with what you're saying. So once you've cut and shorted them all, make sure it's aligned perfectly. And don't forget to put underneath as well. Once you've done this, you can copy the word again and change the color and add shadows, etc. Now if I click on the text, all right, the highlighted text, and then click on animation, you'll find there's loads of different types. So have a little browse through and pick one which you think suits your theme, your message, or the way you're talking. If you press the add text button, all right, at the bottom, you can add some emojis or anything you want, and then you could just animate these and place them anywhere above the text or on the side just to create more, excitement about what you're saying. Have a look through and experiment with ideas because you'll find some always don't work well. But this one seemed to be okay, and here is the end result. Like this video if you found it valuable. Make sure you subscribe for more content like this. Ask me any questions in the comments. Please tell me which method you are going to try with the examples given you here and which methods you're going to completely avoid. See you on the next one.